Today is Tuesday, October 23rd, and for the first time that I've ever cooked, and I've done this channel for a year, I'm making burritos. I'm using cheese, 100 calorie fajita style, I don't know the difference, 365, it's probably a Walmart brand, tortillas, potatoes, black beans, fresh chopped lettuce from Taylor Farms in California. This is ground beef. This is my, I'm leaving that color there, this is my guacamole mix. And over here is Mahatma, okay, black bean and rice. And there's a country music song out at this time in life called When Was the Last Time You Did Something for the First Time? And the only thing I like better than that is the song goes, could this be our last first kiss? So, you know, there's a lady on my mind. You know how life goes, and you're old and divorced, you find out she's somebody else's lady, but I like her anyway. She hums well. She's a sweetheart to be with. She cares for people. But meanwhile, while I meander down the road, so I've never ever made burritos. So with my Living Socially Secure channel, what I do is I talk about being prepared, doing assembly line. One of the biggest thrills in life for me, okay, cheap thrills for me, Bicycle Eddie, Fast Eddie Malone, is when I plated up at a big Holiday Inn where we would do 150 dinners, and the first 12 out the door were the bridal table. So I was the last guy to touch the plate, meaning the chef would do the roast beef, the sous chef would do the potatoes, line cook would do the green beans, somebody would do the garnish, and whatever else they put out, and they'd hand it to me, and I had to wipe it so that it didn't drip. And then I would place it on Biff. He was our main waiter, on his tray, and we'd double cap it so he'd carry out 8 dinners. Sometimes he'd carry out 12. And he'd go out and he'd serve. And the first person to get the dinner, okay, in a wedding is the bride. So plating up is an experience. So you're going to see kind of what plating up is. It's all the ingredients that have been prepped by all the different departments. So you can see the hot sauce, Frank's hot sauce, and Mahatma's rice. Got this on low because now I think I'm supposed to do is to put my tortillas in there and get them a little bit grilled and put them here, and then I'm going to fill them, okay? So I am going to go ahead and put this up on the counter on the photo stand so you can see what a professional plating up operation looks like, okay? And I hope the camera stays there. Put a lot of work into this. What is that? See the frying pan, and a long range shot. Okay, and this is, you know, just what I'm doing. Okay, so Living Socially Secure is about retaining those skills that you had as a younger worker and using them so that you can eat well, live well, run some good costs. The first thing I think I'm supposed to do, let's go for the big ones. Okay. Again, I've never done tortillas. Obviously, I think I better get another stick of oleo out. Oli was the bartender at the Montauk Golf Club. Yeah, that's my next stick of oleo. On the loose half over here. So, again, I don't know how to do this. I've never cooked burritos. But I think I'm supposed to kind of grill them a little. I'm going to make a plate of them here. And they fall apart easy, okay? Grease them up. Should have left them with the grease from the hamburger. Okay? So each one I'm going to do, I'm going to throw down a little. It's going to be dicey. Okay? Pull that out like our pancakes. And once I have these all here, okay, then I'll start to fill them. And if I run out of oleo, I run out of oleo, and I do some in the microwave, okay? So don't go under them with that then, Fast Eddie. Under them with that, okay? Keep them kind of semi-low. You're ready for that. More oleo. Keep looking. Feeling. Very good. Must have used it. Oh, I put it in the guacamole. So now, let me use a gentle vehicle. Let me use a spoon, okay? Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Apparently this is a very hazardous business to agree with. Worked in a Mexican restaurant this year. I saw a lot of that, okay? Flame and stuff. So you can see this isn't going to be sustainable. Okay. I do halves. Lower it down. When I do my pancakes in the morning, I know what it is that kind of a searing effect, but get a little flavor. That'll work for me. Over like that. And again, I've never done this. When was the last time you did something for the first time? So, how about if this is our last first kiss? And that means that you ain't gonna be kissing nobody else for the first time. And as a senior citizen, that's one of the options, you know? I happen to be one of the healthier people of my age group because I run into a few people recently, and we're getting it down. Okay, and I consider myself the stud muffin, right? All kinds of women are like coming on me, which would happen when I was younger before I was married, but now it's a little surprising. But there's a long distance bicyclist, somebody who studied Latin, 3.5 years, in Spanish for 4.5 years. I consider myself as somebody who has stuff on the ball, okay? 1,200 videos on YouTube. Now, I might have to go into the little ones here. Might have been a better way to do this, like more oleo before I start. Let's do two first. Down over there, down over there. Grease it around, break this up. That ain't too smart, dude. Okay. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. And this is what happens in a plate-up, okay? The chef starts cutting the roast beef, prime rib, we call it. It wasn't really ever roast beef, it's prime rib. And he's like, oh no, how many more plates do I need? Hey, F&B director, how many we got tonight? Yeah, 180. Oh, I thought it was 130. I gave it a typo. Next thing you know, the guy's slicing the beef thin. He says, hand that to the old people, to Biff. And Biff would go and make sure that the old people have the wedding table. The lightweight cuts of beef, and they go, oh, it was so nice, you gave me the small amount so I wasn't full. Now, I know I have enough spices, okay, in all my meal here, but this is kind of what happens in the kitchen. You notice I'm going very early. Okay, I'm just kind of flavoring this. Okay, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try a little water at the end. This is hot. If I turn this off, get the benefit of not burning all the short enough. And all of this stuff is not perishable. I mean, I'm going to save the ingredients. I thought I'd get more out of this. It'll burn, but when you work in the kitchen, that's what you get, a little burn. Now, son of a gun, I thought I had another stick of oleo. Oleo was just bartender from Holland or Norway or something. Dude started drinking the grape wine at, well, there goes a whole pack of that stuff. That works out great. So all he would have is wine for breakfast. He'd bring him a hamburger or a steak at like 11, 10 in the morning. This dude leaned against the bar, and the bar was back here, the bar front was here. He didn't have to move. All he had to do was go back and forth like a Cupid doll in the short videos, okay? And we knew he was using the bar to stand up. I'm normally not. Some bubbles in here. Again, it's my first time ever doing burritos. And it cool down real fast. We're about done. I swear I had some more. Hold on. I don't have another stick here. used it in the guacamole. Used it in the guacamole. But when this happens, start cooking, I get a little asthma. So we got two slightly greased. Okay, we got one more good one. Two out of this. It works. I got 10. That's what I thought I was going to get. JP showed me this. Hey, Moulon, going to slide it out. Hi, John. They got another 10% out. You don't have to buy the groceries as much. My father was a professional grocery purchaser. He filled the ship full of food for the sellers, but it went off. Now, here, as we do this, okay, we're coming into the exciting part. That was the prep. That's not the plate-up. I don't know if this is 4 or 5 segments on this video. Okay, we got Mr. Neil Alvion from Ontario. Let's get this out of the way. I have to probably use it again. So of course, just because you're done, you don't throw the lettuce away. You might need it tomorrow morning. Bloody Mary mix or something. A little water for the asthma. There was a movie about 40 years ago called The Apartment. This New York advertising guy got this great apartment up on one of the Aves, Park Ave, or Madison Ave, 6th Ave, and he threw a party to show everybody his apartment. Finally, everybody showed up. And then, but then somebody, we didn't have cell phones then, I don't know how they got the message. Somebody came in and said, I was down at Johnson's party and there was more people there. So this poor guy who had harassed his wife, spent all his money on this huge party, okay? He needed a happening party for his career in Madison Avenue. He wanted to be known as one of the players. But all of a sudden, everybody said, oh, Johnson's party has more people there? Because somebody had come from there, no cell phones. Okay? And then, next thing you know, this guy spent a couple $1,000s to show off his apartment and his bride and everything. Everybody left his party. All my life I feared of throwing that apartment party. Never happened to me yet. Okay, now, the plate-up. All right, what do we start with? Let's get this bad boy out of the way. She's hot. Put the hot girl with that. So as best I can figure out, the binder is going to be the guacamole. Oh, there was a little more of that stuff there. Okay, and this is my first time doing this, okay? You see I put a lot of thought into these ingredients. I didn't just girly made this. Helen Gurley was somebody had a magazine. Okay, now, because of the asthma, particulate matter, I'm going to show you what to do in the kitchen. The binder. Okay. Some meat in the center, too much meat in it. A tad of beans, potato or two, lettuce. Here's one. My first burrito. Okay. Not the prettiest burrito on my pancakes. But I'll eat them. If you don't want to come here and eat them, I will. Okay, so now it means I gotta put in less. Look at the top, okay? Put in less. A couple of drops of this. Oh, I'm gonna use the binder first. The binder is the guacamole mix. Apparently just a thread of the beef, a couple of beans. Let's do some lettuce, okay? Some lettuce, some melange, okay? I think maybe if I go like this and roll it. Now I had intended to fold them, but I don't know how to do these things. So what I just learned is I have to go to the edge, okay? The binder, this is a flavor rate, okay? A couple pieces of meat, spicy Latin stuff. What a bunch of good leftovers. A couple of beans. potato, tad of lettuce. I'm going to get the camera down here just to show you. I got an idea what this should look like. Do I do it right? Did you drive the car right? On the driver's instruction? I didn't. I failed. I hit a pole. Came back next day and passed. So that's what my burrito looks like. And isn't that what it looks like in the real world? Guacamole, chopped beef, beef and spice, loose potatoes, black beans, fresh chopped California lettuce, some taters. 15 minutes in, and I do run some of these for 35 minutes or so, so let's see how I do. Okay? Now, I almost would call these tacos now, instead of burritos. So I'm just going to fold it in half, okay? Praise Jesus, it'll come together, because I might top them with cheese. There was a reason that I did pick this big baking pan. It was kind of because I know I'm going to have a lot of stuff in here, okay? I haven't yet got to a small one, I mean a big one. Little binder, drab of beef, some soup stuff, a little bit of Latin Mahatma, a bean or two, some lettuce, no potatoes. So we're making burritos. I wouldn't like this. That's not how we do it in Costa Rica. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a bigger one, so this is going to go a little bit better, I think. Apparently, I needed to get more oleo to make these things more flexible. But this is the one that when you get at the taco place, Taco Bell, they charge you like $3. Okay. This, yes, they use their fingers in the restaurant. So I said, you don't ever know if there's any problem. Now, every one of these things I will love. I promise you. That looks like a burrito. Okay, I'll do 2 or 3 of those and I'll show you what I mean. Binder. Because the binder works like this. When you put these in the refrigerator, the binder will do that. It'll hold the thing together. Chopped beef. Okay. Latin rice. Autumn soup, little lettuce. Okay? Each one will make it a little different. This one I left out the potatoes and I left out the other beans because there's beans in there. So I think the flexibility on the roll is the oleo. Here's some small ones, a little binder, some meat, some autumn soup, Latin stuff, some lettuce. The lettuce is, so it's like healthy, and this makes this a taquito. I'm just going to fold that one in half, okay? And I'm going to take a couple pictures of this before I'm done. Go down to the big ones first. They look better on camera. Binder, okay, which is the avocado and the guacamole sauce. I'm hungry as heck. I don't know about you. I'm hungry. Now, I end up using up all this beef if I'm not careful. So we're going to go now for the veggie ones. Beans, the potatoes. So I'm going to get this twice. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, so that was 7 in, and I finally have one. Looks like a burrito. So if I had used more oleo, I could fold this in. I'm thrilled. Okay. So now we're going to go pequeños, little ones. Pieces of this, a couple of that, small amount of this, and the chopped lettuce from Salinas Valley, probably picked by a bunch of people from Mexico. See, and that's what they're supposed to look like. And I'm sorry, it's my first time. I said it to a girl once. You know? I did, actually. Yes, you could. If you're a guy, you say anything you can. It's going to get busy, dude. If I put it in the binder, okay? Latin rice, because it is a Latin dish. 2 beans, a couple bits of lettuce. and the kitchen started to get messy, and that's, we should see what the kitchen looks like. Any restaurant you go in, let alone Mexican restaurant, at the end of it, any restaurant, because at the end of the night, cooks leave. Somebody else cleans it up. So that's a good looking one. And I'm going to be freezing this, okay? I'll freeze all of this. And I'll go and I'll get some oleo and I'll finish it. Okay, a little binder. Okay. Maybe I'll try more binder this time. But I'm trying to portion control my ingredients so I don't run out of any one. And this Latin rice is great for a couple of weeks. I've had it. I make soups out of it. Beans, potato or two. So this is a taquito. I'm just going to fold that thing in half, okay? And once this goes in the freezer, I learned this from making my Trinity rolls. Once this goes in the freezer for about half an hour, it's going to come out looking like that. I'll put Taco Bell in business. Crumbs. Now, guacamole mix on a big one. Try a little more through the guacamole mix, maybe it gives it some flexibility. The first time here, be gentle. I just need a bigger one. Let's get a little more carne in here. Carne is meat. A little beans. A little bit of spicy Latin beans. You know, they call the Mexican folks Russ, beaners. And I'm doing this to see why. Me and call Jose or Juan. You call somebody a beaner and you're not a beaner, you're going to be in trouble. Oh, this thing right here, Taco Bell would charge you $4 for it. Look at that. Is that not a picture? Is that not worth 2 hours of your life to make? Okay. Again, I think I did good by doing that one side. A little more stuff. Okay, I'm going to save this. Well, I'm almost done with the. I'm going to save the ingredients so I can get more of the oleo. So this one's going to be more lettuce. I'm going low on lettuce. Maybe not. A little Latin stuff here, Latin rice, a little Latin soup, carrots and potato. So this one is. This is un grande burrito. Un grande burrito, no con queso. Con queso es más tenero. Jesus, actually. I mean, excuse me, it's the first time I did this. Would you eat that or not? You would pay Taco Bell $5 for that. 3 in the morning. You'd pay Taco Bell anything at 3 in the morning. A couple more to go. I used up all the. I got a few more small ones, but they're not oleos. You know, I threw everything into this. When an Irishman throws the hamburger in there, you know he's into it, okay? Rice, a little Latin soup, potato. This would be a breakfast burrito. It's got so many potatoes in it. Now, I won't remember what these are like in there. So I'm just going to be like everybody else. I'm going to put them in everybody's toaster. See how that she is. Good pool player. So I can see where if I had gotten the oleo in these, they'd roll more. At 3 in the morning, Taco Bell charged you $9 for that. It's a stack of mice. I'm glad I took the time to use this extra pan, okay? When you cook and you're like, do I really need to do that? Yes, take the extra step. The customer loves to love. 1 second. I haven't eaten dinner tonight. What do you think I'm having for dinner? A couple of these for sure. So this was going to be big on the rice. A couple of beans. You can't have enough beans. Some lettuce. And cooking is an emotional experience, and I've had fun. I spent almost 2 hours. I said this will be done by 10:30. We're coming in at 10:04 in the evening, and I had a lot of fun preparing the ingredients in a professional manner. And as you see, this is how your wedding is plated up. This is how your bar mitzvah is plated up. By an assembly line process that's been done for hundreds of years, thousands of years. And you're feeding volume, okay? You do volume ingredient prep. Don't make it just a junk pile. And I may offer these to some of the folks I hang out with at the senior center. Hey, want to try something interesting? Although at our age, you got to worry about intestinal issues. Now, one of the bigger ones, I'll try to see what happens if I put the guac on top. I was talking to my friend Annie. She's lived all over Vail, Ensenada Beach, Montclair, New Jersey. I love her. She's sweetheart. She's north of 72. I tell anybody that's over 72, you're north of 72. That's a nice way of saying, you don't ask it. Don't know how old she is. So now what I discovered is I got mas, okay? This is without any of the polio. But I have mas ingredients, okay? And I'm gonna make this last. A little bit of this rice. These are gonna be like tacos, okay? Tacos need just a tad of lettuce. So I started off 2 hours ago washing the lettuce. Washing from Philadelphia, yes. Okay, this is filled out like that. I'm happy. Hey, I'm put Taco Bell and his buddies out of business. I'll cut for another one that's just like that. And I know the cheating method is I'll buy some cheese and cover these with cheese. So apparently that's the first dry one I folded. So yes, apparently the oleo makes these things more flexible, okay? I'll bring down the end of ground beef. Let's go for no beef folks. Okay. Bottom soup. The lettuce, because that's getting low. And that's what you eat this for. You got to use what's in the field, okay? The campo, the farm. 40 years ago, I was working in a country club, and I had this Spanish guy, Johnny Caro, helped me with an exam for college. I shouldn't have done that, but so I failed the exam. It was a take-home exam. So I went to his father, who was a Boricua from Puerto Rico. I said, Tony, I don't understand. It was a take-home exam, and Johnny helped me, and I failed. He says, hey, listen, he says, Puerto Rico, man, we're poor. Johnny only went to the 3rd grade. You're taking a college exam. I said, Johnny didn't know. He just tried to help you. And that was my first experience with the varying levels of education within the Spanish world. Okay. I work with a nice girl from Costa Rica recently. This is, what they call upper class. And I had a professor, who was a doctor's wife from Esposa de Doctor, Panama. She taught us contemporary Latin American literature back in the mid-90s. About all it's called the boom literature, how Latin America was going to explode because there was, so many strong men and not enough people had food. So, I'm going to show you what this looks like. 2 hours worth of work, okay? I've had a lot of fun. All these were ingredients in the house. The whole cost of this whole meal, $1 worth of meat, 40 cents for the Latin rice. Guacamole was given to me because I know the maitre d'. The beans were like 27 cents. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay. Now I still have the Latin rice there. I ran 28 minutes. Okay. I have a guacamole mix. I have the carne, the beef left over, the autumn soup, the ingredients of potatoes, beans, and some lettuce. And that's my production, okay? And I have 12 to 15 different versions, and see, some of those rolled out nice. And if everything you do the first time comes out like this, call yourself a success. That's Living Socially Secure, Tuesday, October 23rd, 2018. I go by a lot of names. Edward Malone, One Bicycletti, Peace and Love. Tom Z. Cruise Joad More, will be explained later. One Psycho Fanatic. A lot of people up here in my head.